What's going on, everybody? This is Poem here. I'm with Mcbober, and we're with Late Night Gaming, and we've got a special video for you today. Uh, we've taken the Ant-Man cards that have all been spoiled at this point, and starting to get shipped to some areas I've heard, and things like that. So these are going to be available for to get in your hands and start playing with soon, and put them into TTS here so we can kind of go through the new cards, give our impressions on them, and then we're going to play a match, just a standard game against Claw here, just to test it out, the starter deck, and just kind of get a feel for Ant-Man. So we're just going to go through. We're going to start with talking about the Ant-Man character here, and then we'll talk about his actual kit. Then we'll discuss the leadership cards that are in his starter deck, and then there are also two basic cards that are part of his starter deck, and then there's actually 4 cards that are included in the Ant-Man kit that are not in his starter deck, and we'll discuss those as well. Mcbobber's had a little bit more of an opportunity to read through these cards and has an idea of what he thinks on them. I haven't really had a chance to read these through, so I'm going to be giving you my input sort of as my initial impressions, so to speak. So let's start here. We're going to look at the first card. Here is Scott Lang. This is the alter ego. He's got a 6 hand size, pretty standard, 3 recovery, standard there. And it says, time to unwind. Response, after you change this form, heal 1 damage from Scott Lang. So what's your impression of this alter ego form, Mcbauer?
Well, he's pretty vanilla for the most part. Healing 1 damage is okay, but I don't know how much time you're going to spend on alter ego as Ant-Man here. But otherwise, 12 health is pretty good.
Okay. So 12 health is a decent starting amount, but you think as Ant-Man, he's not going to be flipping a lot. So why is that? Let's take a look at Ant-Man. So we've got Ant-Man. He's got a tiny form and a giant form. He's an Avenger. He's got only a 1 attack, 2 thwart, 2 defense, and a response. After you change to this form, remove 1 threat from a scheme. Thoughts on the tiny form of Ant-Man here, Mcbobber?
This is probably the form I would spend most of my time in playing as this guy. Seems pretty good. I like thwarting, and this is quite thwarty.
So after you change to this form, remove 1 threat. So you're going to be trying to flip either from alter ego into this form or from the giant into this tiny. Do both of those trigger the response?
Yes.
Okay, so you think you'll be going from giant to tiny?
I imagine that'll be most of the time you're flipping. Maybe if you need to heal or something, you might go to alter ego. But
okay.
I feel like it's more intended that you're going between giant and tiny most of the time.
Okay. All right. So then let's take a look at his giant form. He's got a 1 thwart, 3 attack, 3 defense. A response, after you change to this form, deal 1 damage to an enemy. Thoughts on the giant form?
He's Hulk, but better. This is his Hulk form. He's got Hulk stats, I think.
Pretty much with the 1 thwart. It's the only thing that's different, right?
Yeah, he's got more thwart than Hulk. He's got the same hand size, same attack, same defense, but instead of having to lose your hand, you get to deal 1 damage. So that's obviously better.
So you don't want to start in the giant form though, right? Because don't you have an issue there as far as a 4 hand size?
Yeah, I mean, if you have to end your round in the giant form, obviously you're getting less cards the next round. There are some cards in his package that can get you out of the giant form after you're in it. That'd probably be worth it.
So you want to try to switch to giant form and then switch back, and not necessarily end the round in the giant form. Is what you're thinking?
Right. If your goal is to punch people, if you're in need of damage, that's what giant form's for. Otherwise, you might just stay in the small form. Depends on the cards you have too. Some cards you have to be in giant form to play.
Right. All right. So then let's go through it. These are in no specific order, but we've got his kit here. So we'll just start on the top. We've got Hive Mind. Play only if you're in tiny form. Remove. It's a hero action. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. Remove 1 additional threat from that scheme for each army of ants support you control. Thoughts on this card?
So we haven't gotten to the Army of Ants card yet, but it is a 3 of, and it's pretty good. So I would expect to have multiples of those out.
Let's
So to
take a
make
look
this
at Army of Ants. So we've got a support here. If you're in tiny form, exhaust Army of Ants to deal 1 damage to an enemy. So how do you see these playing out? And what's your thoughts on these cards? Is this a powerful interaction?
So Army of Ants is pretty interesting. I don't think we've ever had a card like this before. It's just a support. You exhaust it and you deal damage to an enemy. For 1 cost support, that seems pretty good to me, and it'll last you the whole game. Just every round, and you can
Yeah.
have 3 of these. So just every round, you just get 3 damage.
It's like a Black Cat, but like cheaper. Right?
Kind of, and it doesn't take an ally slot.
It seems pretty powerful. And then
I think to make the Hive Mind event worth it, you probably need at least 2 Army of Ants out, because I think the baseline is like you pay 2 and a card and you remove 4 threat. That's basically like for justice. But if you have 3 Army of Ants, then you get to remove 5 threat, and that's pretty good.
yeah, so it's like you focus on getting your Army of Ants down early, and then you Hive Mind later.
Pretty much early game, you probably don't play Hive Mind.
Cool. All right, so next up, we've got Risk Gauntlets. This is an upgrade. It's a tech. I wonder if that's relevant, the fact it's tech. If you're in giant hero form, exhaust Risk Gauntlets, spend 2 of those might resources to stun an enemy. Well, okay. Hero action, if you're in tiny form, exhaust Risk Gauntlets, spend 2 of those yellow ones to confuse an enemy. Okay. Are those energy? Is that what that is?
Yes.
Thoughts on this item?
I'm not totally certain with this one. Stunning and confusing can be pretty good. I'm not sure how much that's worth. I mean, because you're playing an upgrade first, so you got to play a card, and then you got to spend resources to then do the stun or confuse later. It seems a little expensive, but then just having stun or confuse on hand anytime you want it, maybe that's pretty good to have.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about stun and confuse and how they sort of just depend on the player count in a way. They have diminishing power level the more players are in the game.
Right, yeah. If you're playing solo, this card's probably pretty good.
Yeah, for sure. So the solo players are going to love this card. Cool. Let's continue on here. I guess we were going to go top row, but I guess we're going down here to Giant Stomp. This is an attack event. Giant. Play only if you're in giant hero form. Hero action, deal 1 damage to each minion. Deal 8 damage to an enemy. Thoughts on the Giant Stomp?
It's his big attack card. It's kind of like a swinging web kick, but it deals 1 to every minion also. Seems pretty good. It's a pretty standard card.
Yeah, I like that 1 to each minion because there's some scenarios where they swarm out on you and can kind of address that. It's another way to address that.
This is your main incentive to swap to a giant form, I'd say.
To get that big 8 damage. Yeah. Maybe that's like a late game as you get into the giant form just to be able to like smash with the giant stomps. Because, you can stay, it seems like you can stay in the tiny form and just be confusing with the Risk Gauntlets. You're not really incentivized so much to switch because that card's still online in the early to mid game.
Yeah, you just get the versatility of if you need damage or thwarting in the moment.
Right. Yeah, so that seems like how maybe this game would play out is like you stay in the tiny form and then big, late game, kind of like you're ready to smash and then you just go big, get big and giant stomps and big attacks. All right, let's take a look at giant strength. It's an upgrade. We've been talking a lot about upgrades, and we can get to that point here at some point. Um, how we tend to like upgrades, or at least I do, because they don't take up an ally slot and they provide a benefit. So characters that have these upgrades, in my opinion, like those are powerful cards. Seems like this guy has, he's got these supports are powerful because they don't take a slot. He's got some upgrades that seem like they're useful. So let's take a look. After you change to giant form, you get +1 attack until the end of this turn. Thoughts on this card?
Seems pretty decent. It's basically just a +1 attack while you're in giant form. That might as well be what it says. Except it's a little bit more versatile because if you get cards that swap you between forms, then you could potentially have that +1 attack in the tiny form. But I don't know why you'd ever attack in tiny form. So it's basically just +1 attack while you're in giant form, and
Yeah,
that's not bad for
this
one mana.
seems like something that you don't need to rush to get down, but then you get it down, and it helps to facilitate that like late game strategy of melting the boss.
It's like I think Hulk has a card. It's a upgrade that gives him +1 attack, but he has to discard it when he goes back to alter ego. So again, this is like a Hulk card, but better.
Cool. All right, he's got this helmet. Art looks good. I think we're using low quality scans right now on a lot of these. Eventually, the high quality scans will come through and we'll get some better art on here. So, but this one looks good. You've got armor, again an upgrade, tech, hero response after you change to giant form, healed 2 damage from your hero, and then another hero response after you change to tiny form, draw a card. Wow. Okay, that seems pretty good.
Yeah, this thing's pretty good. This kind of lends itself to why I was saying you might not ever need to go to alter ego because you can heal damage when you go to your giant form.
Right. So it's giving you a benefit to switch back and forth from tiny to giant. Stay out of the alter ego.
Yep.
Very cool. All right, Pim Particles. Resource after you spend this card, heal 2 damage from your hero if you're in giant form, or draw 1 card if you're in tiny hero form. Thoughts on this?
Seems pretty good. If you're in tiny form, it basically replaces itself and it gives you a resource to pay for something.
It seems very good. And there are how many of these in his starter deck?
2.
That's a pretty powerful card. It's just it's like a cantrip type situation, right?
Yeah, pretty much. It replaces itself and you get a resource. Pretty simple. And if you need the healing instead, that's an option. So you can get a little bit of versatility there.
Seems pretty good. All right, we've got Wasp here. Pretty standard stats. 3 cost, 3 health. It's a 2/2. Hero response after Wasp enters play, deal 2 damage to an enemy if you're in giant hero form, or remove 2 threat from a scheme if you're in tiny form. Wow. Thoughts on Wasp?
Not too
Ariel,
amazing, but
an
pretty
Avenger,
solid.
as well. Okay. So
Right? Matters.
yeah, I mean these, if you're in leadership here, you got some more Avengers, and it just makes that little Avengers tower viable with this character out of the box.
She also enables you to play the team up card that we haven't covered yet, but I think that's one of her main uses.
Yeah. So we'll take a look at that. I've not seen that card yet, so I'm interested to see what it is. All right, resize. Change to your hero action. Change to your other hero form and draw a card. Wow, that's cool. So it just lets you get into your other hero form, do the switch, which gives you some benefits with the helmet in particular. And
Right,
then
the helmet, and you could swap the giant form, use your giant strength, hit for 5 damage if you got both of these out, and then swap back to your tiny form to have your bigger hand size.
perfect. So you would need, I mean, is this the only way to change forms is with this card from giant to big to small?
No, when you change forms, because normally you could change from alter ego to hero, you could choose to change from one hero form to the other.
Oh, okay, cool. That's in the rules. So you can just, if you have a resize, you can start in tiny, you can go to big, do a thing like a heal two kind of thing, and then this replaces itself, and then you can switch back to tiny.
That's right.
Gotcha. So overall thoughts on Ant-Man before we move on to the leadership cards in his kit?
I like him a lot. The flavor's great. He looks pretty fun to play, and I'm looking forward to our game.
Cool. All right, let's look at some of these guys. Swap these. Let's do the allies and the upgrades and events a little bit separate, I guess. Let's save the allies. Let's do the upgrades and events first. How's that?
Okay.
So we've got a 1-cost upgrade. It's a tech card, so Iron Man likes that. And it's attached to an Avenger ally, max 1 per ally. After attached ally attacks or thwarts, deal 1 damage to an enemy. Thoughts on Power Gloves?
Seems a little weaker to me than just giving +1 attack, +1 thwart, which was an upgrade we already have. But I don't know. I mean, if all you'd plan to do is attack anyways, I guess it kind of works out to be the same.
Cool.
It is good if you're playing the Iron Man ally, who gets a discount on any upgrades that attach to him. So between this and there's another new ally upgrade, you can almost play like a Voltron scenario with him now. There's a lot of things you can attach to that guy.
Nice. And then you can try to keep him healed and get him really fat.
Yes, I think playing this really fat Iron Man ally will be a viable strategy now.
Cool. Sounds good. And it sounds like this works with the regular Iron Man too, as a tech upgrade.
Well, I think he only cares about tech upgrades that he has himself. This only attaches to allies, so.
Oh, it only attaches to allies. That doesn't work. Okay.
I don't think it'll matter. I guess he has the Stark Tower. I think that gets you a tech upgrade out of your discard pile. That would still affect this, but I think that's the only thing that it would care about.
Well, thanks for clarifying for that for me. I just gotta read cards a little bit more carefully. So attach an Avenger ally, so you gotta be careful on that. All right, we've got reinforced suit, armor tech, attached to an ally, max 1 per ally. Okay, and that ally gets +2 hit points.
It's not bad. It's kind of like Honorary Avenger, but it costs 1 and you get another health over it.
Yeah, it's kind of like slightly worse Honorary Avenger.
Basically. But you can play both, so if you're playing She-Hulk or something, there's more health for She-Hulk.
Right.
Or, of course, you would put this on Iron Man in this, the Iron Man allied scenario we're talking about too, where you want to make him really big. And it would be free on him.
Seems good. So why do you think this is going in this kit, or is that going to be revealed to us?
Yeah, it will be apparent. One of the allies in this kit also synergizes with upgrades.
Cool. All right, let's take a look at Moxie. After you change form, your hero gets +1 thwart, +1 attack, +1 defense till the end of the round.
It's interesting to me that this is a leadership card, because it doesn't. I mean, it's all about just making your hero stronger. It'd be good for maybe Captain America, somebody who resets and can do stuff multiple times. But for most heroes, I probably wouldn't play this card.
Okay.
The new Quicksilver that they've been showing off, that might be good for him.
Oh, right, because he does some resetting, right?
Yeah, he does resetting.
So if you paid 0 and you get +1 thwart, and then you thwart 3 times because you reset twice, then this is getting a decent amount of value for 0 cost.
Right.
All right, so Moxie seems like you play with Quicksilver, and then it's a coaster in most other scenarios. Call for aid. Discard cards. So it's 0 cost event. Discard cards from the top of your deck until you discard an Avenger ally. then add that ally to your hand. So it's a what's that called? Some sort of that there's a term in Magic or whatever, right?
Well, I think the term you're thinking of is tutor.
Tutor.
It's not quite a tutor because you're not going and getting any ally you want. You're just getting the first ally that you find off the top of your deck. You're also discarding cards, which does have some there's some drawbacks to discarding cards.
Is this even like playable in any scenario?
I don't think this is a card I would ever play.
The only thing I can think of is that Spider Woman deck with like leadership and 4-player, where you're like trying to get your like just find your Maria Hill like over and over again as fast as you possibly can.
Well,
And
this
so,
wouldn't even work with Marie Hill because it's only an Avenger ally it looks for.
yeah, no, see, I need to read cards. Okay, so that one's just a coaster. All right,
I
let's.
mean, if you're playing, say a hero has like an ally in their deck who's an Avenger or something, or if you play only one Avenger ally and you're digging for that one specific card, maybe you could use it for some kind of combo deck. But
So
you'd
maybe
be
it's
burning
like
through
this
most of
Iron
your deck
Man
doing that.
fat vehicle kind of thing, where you're like trying to get Iron Man like just built up with the upgrades kind of deal. So you like need to
Maybe,
go
but
find Iron Man faster. I don't know.
playing this card and burning through the majority of your deck just to get one other card is
It's got a picture of Iron Man on it. Come on, Bob.
yeah. That
I'm
maybe that's the
right.
intention, just to go get Iron Man.
All right, let's go to Ronan here. Ronan gets. All right, let's read his stats. So 3/3, only a 1 thwart. Interestingly, he gets +1 thwart, +1 attack. While an upgrade is attached to them. Interesting pronoun.
Yeah, it doesn't want to commit to being male or female, which I think fits Ronin because Ronin is like an identity that multiple people hold, and
Cool.
even the flavor text of this card references that.
Neat. I need to get caught up on my Marvel Champions lore. Marvel lore.
Ronin, though, was the identity that Hawkeye was using in the Avengers Endgame movie at the beginning.
You know your stuff. Oh, you're talking about when he was like in Japan or whatever.
Yeah, when he was sword fighting those dudes and
Oh,
stuff,
okay. All
and
right.
he had that different outfit on.
Hey,
Yeah,
I
it's
knew what you're talking about. I. All right. So thoughts on Ronin?
seems pretty good. Put an honorary Avenger on this guy. He's a 2 thwart, 3 attack. Not bad. Just
Yeah,
he's not that good if you don't get upgrades on him, though.
it's got to play Honorary Avenger. Everybody, it's a good card. Oh, underrated. All right, here's Ant-Man. 0 cost ally. What? Okay. Got my interest. 0 health. What's going on with this guy? He gets +1 hit point for each PIM counter on him. And when Ant-Man enters place 1 PIM counter on him to a maximum of 4 for each resource you overpaid for his cost. Okay. So you can decide how much you want to pay for him, and that's how much health he gets.
Right. Up to 4.
Yep. Thoughts on this Ant-Man?
Insane. Absolutely bonkers powerful. He could be a 1 cost ally and just be a blocker. But it's just, he's so versatile, he can be anything you need. He's an auto include, I think, in every leadership deck from here on out.
I mean, a 1 cost ally that just blocks for you is just so good.
Yeah, even just pay 1 to take no damage from an attack is pretty good.
Yeah. Seems pretty solid. We haven't gotten to the swarm tactics, so we'll get to that in a second, right? The Ant-Man and having Ant-Man and Wasp, so that'll be a thing as well. All right, Giant Man. He's a 5 cost, 4 health ally. 2/2. He gets +2 attack while he has 3 or more remaining hit points. All right, that's cool. That's pretty solid. What do you think on Giant Man?
I think he's a little expensive. If you can consistently keep him healed, he's pretty good. I mean, obviously, when you get the +2 attack, he's quite good. So I almost feel like he's maybe more like a team card. You might play with a protection player who has med teams who can heal him, or maybe if you're Spider Woman, you play them both, something like that.
Yeah,
But
it's a massive investment in resources, and so you need to kind of keep them
right,
on the table.
yeah, this guy is like this is something you build around as well, because yeah, you just got to keep him healed.
All right. Well, the protection players seem like they got a, you know, I guess yeah, it's a two-player scenario or at minimum there to try to get him healed.
Unless you're Spider Woman, but then that's so many cards you're committing to this that probably need to do other stuff in solo play.
Yeah. Somebody's gonna build it. You know that. Some somebody's gonna be like, oh yeah, Giant Man. You know, I'm gonna do Spider Woman. All right, you know, leadership, protection. I'm gonna heal him up. He's just gonna smash, smash, smash. Like, yeah, somebody's gonna go there.
Yeah, you could load him up with upgrades too and build your deck around this guy.
Very cool. All right, so we've got Stinger, your one cost ally. We got another one.
Yep.
One thwart, one attack, 2 health. Play only if your identity has the Avenger trait. Sorry, Miss Marvel. And Stinger does not count against your ally limit. Oh my god.
I mean, this is obviously crazy
Oh,
good.
this is like, it's the best card in the game. Oh my god, Bob. I was already like, okay, this is a great card. Bob loves this. And then it's like, does not count against your ally limit. You have to be actually kidding me.
I don't know how they printed this. This thing is ridiculous. Any leadership player who's an Avenger is again playing this. It's so good.
Okay, is this lets Mcbobber get 6 allies down now?
That's right. Those Avengers assembled today be even bigger.
That's the first thing I thought of. I'm like, all right, now we're gonna see 6 allies. You know, Avengers Tower. Um, what's the other one that gives you an ally limit? Tricillion.
Cillian, yep.
Oh man, that's great.
She's also incredibly synergistic with strength and numbers. That's the thing that lets you exhaust an ally to draw a card. It's just give you card draw her existing. Also, I forgot to mention with this Ant-Man ally, if you have team training out, I believe he would always have 1 health, so you could play him for 0.
Wow. So with team training, you can just drop Ant-Man and keep him at 0 health, but team training gives him 1 health, so then he doesn't die.
Mm-hmm.
The combos. Dang, Bob. Oof. Yeah, so we were talking earlier, before we get into these other cards, building a leadership deck, it's going to be real hard to actually build a 40-card leadership deck now.
Yeah, so many great choices.
I mean, it was already tight.
So I mean, you could easily have 2 players play leadership at the same time in a game. Like, there's so many good allies that you don't even need to overlap anymore.
So cool. All right. So let's head over here. These are some basic cards that are in the Ant-Man starter deck. So we have the Swarm Tactics that we had been talking about there. It's a 1-cost. Basic event says team up Ant-Man and Wasp. What is this team up? Is that a keyword?
Yeah, so team up is a new effect. To include a card with team up in your deck, you have to have you have to be playing as one of the 2 cards that it says. So you have to be playing as Ant-Man or Wasp to put this card in your deck. And then to actually use the card, you have to have Ant-Man and Wasp both in play.
All right, and lets you change to your other hero form, which we talked about some value generation from that previously. And then you get to ready your hero. Wow. So what do you think on this card?
It's good. You can only play one of it. The problem is right now with just Ant Man, you have to get the Wasp ally in play before you can even play this card. It seems a little hard to pull off. I think once we have the Wasp hero, this card will get better, and then you could play a two-player game. One player's Ant Man, one player's Wasp.
Nice. All
Also,
right.
I think there's going to be a Wasp ally in Aggression with the Wasp when the Wasp hero comes out. I think they spoiled that, so you'll be able to potentially have two different Wasp allies in your Ant Man deck if you're playing Aggression.
Nice. I'm sorry, I zoned out. Can you say that again? You can have two different Wasp
Basically, you
characters.
can have two different Wasp allies if you're playing Ant Man and Aggression later on.
And is that because there's a different sub name on the
Yes,
Wasp?
it's a different Wasp.
It's a different Wasp here, or it's a different Ant Man here too. So Ant Man can have Ant Man in his deck.
Yeah, this is Hank Pym Ant Man, and the hero is Scott Lang.
Gotcha. Cool. All right, so then these aren't in the Ant Man starter deck, but they are some cards that are included in his kit according to the Hall of Heroes website. Shout out to them. That's where I got these images. Oh, we didn't do team building. Okay.
Yeah, we skipped over this one.
Oh yeah, it's got
This
good art
card's pretty
too.
spicy.
All right. So we'll hit the rewind button. 2 cost support. Exhaust team building is a hero action. So Poem's doesn't like that card because he has to remember to be in hero form. Exhaust team building exercise. Play a card from your hand that shares a trait with your hero, reducing its cost by 1. Oh boy.
Yeah, you sure you don't like it still?
Oh, I definitely like that. Give me that ramp, baby.
So if you're an Avenger, you can play any Avenger ally, -1 cost. Any card with the Avenger tag. I think the Avengers Mansion also has the Avenger tag. I'm not certain about that. I think maybe the Tower does. It's definitely something to consider when deck building now. The traits. I think too, this card will be good with certain older characters who have a lot of cards that have the same traits in their deck as the hero. Like Thor, for example. He has the Asgard trait, and a lot of his cards have the Asgard trait. So I think this will be a pretty good Thor card.
Nice. Good pull. I knew I kept you around for for a good reason here, Mcbober. Mcbober knows his stuff. All right. Anything that can potentially give you resources at a low cost, build up your board state. It's something I'm interested in. It's a basic card. It's kind of a build around thing to give you that ramp value, and it makes deck building a little bit interesting here. Something to consider when as a build around card.
Now, I haven't seen like a rules clarification on this card, but I'm guessing you couldn't use this effect twice on the same card if you had two of this in play. It reads to me like you have to play the card with the effect, so you couldn't double up on it.
Right. So
Because you could theoretically have 3 of this team building exercise in play.
Right. You could. It seems like maybe that's going to be a little bit of a reach to go 3 of these.
Yeah, I think that's probably too much.
Maybe 2. But
You have a lot of cards that share traits with your hero. Yeah, I could see 2.
I mean, if you really built around it, you might be able to make it work. All right. Assess the situation. So you get +1 hand size until the end of the phase. Does that even work?
Basically, you get an extra card for the next round.
Ugh.
You're spending a card now to get another card later. I'm not really.
That seems terrible.
Yeah, I don't really get this card.
All right, so we'll probably never talk about that card again. So
Kind of reminds me of Bruno in the in Miss Marvel, where it's like you're doing nothing now to get something later. I don't know. I usually prefer more of an immediate impact.
Yeah, Bruno's a little bit below the curve, and it looks like this card is as well. All right, Muster Courage, 3 cost event. You know I like those expensive cards, so got my interest. Play only if your identity has the adventurer trait. Give up to X friendly characters a tough status card. X is a maximum of 3 characters, where X is equal to the villain's stage number. Okay. So if you're playing on expert and you're going big and he's in stage 3, you can give out 3 tough status cards to for 3 cost. Thoughts on this one?
Seems good. Yeah, in that scenario, that's great.
I mean, tough is extremely powerful. It can block additional boost cards that come in, right? Just soaks up everything.
Yeah, any damage just gets eaten. It's pretty good.
I mean, it's even good value to get two toughs, right? For this cost.
2 toughs?
Like if you had the villain at stage 2.
Oh. Um yeah, probably. Especially if it's a villain who hits really hard. Like Rhino or something.
Yeah, this is a really good card. This is I always like those expensive cards because of the power of whatever resource cards and trying to make use of those. So this is pretty powerful.
It's nice to see protection get a good card too. It needs a little something.
Yeah. This is the kind of card that makes your friends, happy that you're, on their team. It's a good team building kind of thing when you're giving out stuff to people. It's the nature of this game, which is one of the reasons I like it so much. It's a cooperative situation, so it's like, here, you want a tough? Here's a tough. So it's when you can give stuff out like that, it's always a good time. Moment of Triumph. 0 cost event. It's aggression. Hero response. After you attack and defeat an enemy, heal 1 damage from your hero for each point of excess damage dealt to that enemy by that attack. What do you think?
I mean, I'm not crazy about this card. If you have extremely high damage attacks, maybe. Yeah, I mean, if you play like say Giant Stomp, right? It deals 8 damage to something. You could do that to a minion, and then all that excess damage you get to heal from it. That's potentially pretty decent, but
But
it's
isn't this an event? Can you giant stomp and do this? Because isn't this an
yeah, because
event?
you would play Giant Stomp, and then you would play this afterwards as a response.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Because attack events are still attacks.
This seems like it has some utility.
Yeah,
For the aggression character to get the big heals. Do you think it could help Hulk out?
I don't know if Hulk has the cards to spare. That's the problem with Hulk. And he usually doesn't need to heal that much because he's got really high recovery on his own.
Okay.
I think this is good for a character who does not want to go to alter ego form. If you just want to be hero forever, this gives you the healing to stick around in hero form without having to swap back to recover.
Yeah, like a Hawkeye or something.
Maybe.
Or maybe this Ant-Man here. Gives him a way to recover.
That's true. I mean, he already has some recovery options, but this would definitely give him more.
Alrighty. So here we've got a Justice card. It's the last card that we're going to be talking about here, and then we're going to be playing a game. So we've got Lay Down the Law, 1 cost thwart event. Hero response, thwart. After you change form, remove 3 threat from a scheme. 4 threat if you paid with one of those blue ones. Thoughts on this card?
It's incredible. I love it. It's
So,
like
all you have to do is change to hero.
1 less.
So you change to hero and you
It's a little restrictive on the timing you play it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a for justice for 1 less cost. Seems good.
Yeah, this is for a character that really wants to flip, like maybe a Miss Marvel or somebody that has a really good alter ego situation.
right?
Cool. Well, lots of great new toys to play with. So
I
let's
think
get
I
this
think
thing
the
going.
timing with Miss Marvel might, and again, maybe this would need a clarification. I think you could play this, exhaust her to bring this back, and then play it again. Because yeah, I think you can play multiple response events to the same event happening, which would be her flipping.
Yeah,
So that would be a pretty
she
good
has
combo.
that card in her deck with that like is like similar to that, like some sort of thing that
Yeah,
dodges something.
the defense one, right? Wiggle room, I think
Wiggle
it's called.
room. Isn't that similar to this? Like a
Yeah. So I think that would work. That would be a pretty good forward for 8 scenario there.
if you could pay for with the blue one both times, you could thwart
Yeah.
for 8 for 2 money.
I mean, her polymer suit could pay for one of them, and then just need a mental resource in your hand.
That seems
Or
pretty
card
good.
carrier.
I know a guy. We know a guy, Mike Lynch, that would love this. Gonna love this card for his Miss Marvel Justice deck.
Yeah.
He's salivating right now.
That's to go right in there.
Yep. All right. Well, let's see Ant Man in action. Let's crush Claw's face, and so yeah, if you feel like you got enough out of this overview, you know you can definitely we stream on Friday nights, and you're hopefully you can come check us out 7 p.m. Pacific. If you want to stick around and see Ant Man in action, and here we go. Let's do it. You want to go first, leadership guy?
I think we might actually be in the wrong seats.
Oh, we are in the wrong seats. Yeah, let's just move the guys.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty. Shuffled your deck for you.
Thanks.
Or, no, I didn't. I shuffled mine. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I guess we're drawing this way too soon. We're supposed to do
Yeah, let's do some
stuff first.
claw stuff.
Did we put our obligations in there?
Obligations are here. All right. I'm just gonna play on easy claw here just to see the Ant-Man go easy.
I think it's called standard, but you know, your title is probably more correct.
Standard claw.
Actually, I think there might be an easy mode. We've just never played on it.
No, we should try that. No, I'm just kidding.
I think they added like an optional rule set for an easy mode. All right, so we shouldn't have our obligations in here yet. Did you shuffle them in already?
I just put them in.
All
But
right,
you said not
so
to put them in.
first things
Okay. So we do some other. Who's who would say
Yeah, so-
first? So we discard till we find a minion.
Yeah.
And there's no Maria Hill in your deck because you're playing with the starter deck. So I guess it doesn't matter who's first player, but we'll just have you go first. Okay. Cool.
Okay. Now we can draw our hand, do our mulligans and all that good stuff.
Coolio. Black Panther. Gotta love Black Panther here. So I got some good stuff. Golden City, the Claws. I like Nick Fury, but I don't know. A little early for Wakanda Forever. Just make my decision so I can see what your decision was for the stream. All right. So what, you kept all your cards?
Oh, you're supposed to discard the cards, huh? I put them, I shuffled them back in.
Playing too much Star Wars Destiny there, Bob. Oh, so you already mulliganed, huh?
Yeah, I mulliganed like it was Arkham.
All right, well, It's cool.
Oops.
It's all good. All right. So your first
Well,
player.
my opening hand's still pretty awkward here. So
Yeah, it looks like it. Looks freaking weird. How did this happen? What'd you
just drew
keep?
some weird stuff. I dumped 2 Moxies and I got another Moxie back. All right,
Well,
so
maybe that's because you put it in your deck, you know? So you had a better chance of drawing it back.
yeah, that is what happened. All right, so I'll flip to tiny form. That lets me remove a threat from a scheme. Then I'll play team building exercise. Well, first let's do a Moxie, I guess. Sure, why not? So
All
that
right,
gives me
Moxie.
+1 to all my stats.
So you got +1 to each stat on this tiny Ant-Man.
Then I'll do the team building exercise.
Okay.
Let's use the pen particles to play that. Lets me draw a card.
Is that an Avenger? Do you... Oh, that's perfect.
I mean, I was going to use the Risk Gauntlet to stun or to confuse, but I think just playing around in here is better. So.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that worked out like a dream, baby.
Not bad.
Alrighty.
I'll throw it for 3 over here. Get rid of this thing.
Cool. Gonna kill this guy?
And, are you going to kill him or should I kill him?
I can't... Yeah, I'll probably... I can... Oh, do you know?
I could use Ronin to do it unless we want to save him.
Oh, you want to save him for getting big? Okay. Yeah, I'll flip and kill him for you.
Okay. Then
Oh, and I forgot the setup. No, I didn't forget. I didn't forget that. That didn't happen. I did not forget. And I went and got this. You saw nothing. No. All right. Thank you, Tactical Genius. Is it my turn?
Yep.
All right. So let's do a Golden City. And then draw 2. Ooh, another Vibranium, huh? Look at all this good stuff. 2.
You've got too much good stuff.
Yeah. It would appear as if... Looks like... Just get what we can down here. So I could play the Shiri and then I'll end up with not getting one of my items. Is that too risky?
If you want to guarantee you get all the Panther upgrades, you would just play 1 and save 2 cards. But if you want max value, then you use Shiri to go get an upgrade you don't want, like
Yeah, my counter
that
intel.
0 cost one, whatever that thing's called, or counter intel, sure. And then you play the other.
Yeah, I think I'll do that. I think I'll use Shiri to go get the counter intel. I don't know where it is. Maybe it's unnamed.
Isn't it in your discard pile? I thought you already.
Oh, is it?
Didn't you just spend it as a resource?
Yes.
So you can't get cards out of your discard pile with Shiri.
Okay, do I have another upgrade? I think I have the skilled investigator.
Right?
Yeah. Okay. And then I like this one, I think, a little bit better. Alright, so I said I was going to flip and kill that guy, so he's dead. And sure, she can hit for 1. That's it. Alrighty. So Claw does some stuff. He gets 2 threat. And when he attacks, he gets an extra boost card. It's going to hit you for
So I
2.
get 2.
Alright, he's going to attack me. Hit me for... Oh, sorry, 2 boost cards. My bad. Hit me for 2.
And you retaliate.
I do have retaliate. I always forget that. So far, team building exercise, giving you some value here. Haven't used the risk gauntlets, and Ronin's kind of hanging out waiting for his big moment. So I'm in hero, claw attacks me. If it deals damage, place 1 threat on the main scheme. Should I block that or just take it? Let's take it.
I'd probably just take it.
Oof.
Ouch. 5 damage. And you get retaliate.
Okie doke. Okie doke. So I can Ancestral Knowledge to go get 3 cards in my discard pile and shuffle them into my deck. I don't even get to draw them? Man, this card sucks.
It's pretty much just there to add an extra Wakanda Forever to your deck at some point.
Alright. I mean, I can get that upgrade. Shuffle it in. But I can... It's like kind of weird.
Yeah.
So I
Be an
guess...
alter ego form to do it as well.
Yeah, flip. And then a Golden City. Draw 2. Yeah, the daggers. That's cool. Let's see if I do a helicarrier. It's a little awkward. I can save the helicarrier for you, I guess. And then just play the daggers.
I don't think I need the helicarrier. I think I can play my hand as is.
Okay. Guess I can keep the Ancestral Knowledge or something for next turn. And I'm going to heal 4. Recover 4, or whatever it's called. Guess Shuri can knock off Tough. And that's it. Let's check out Ant-Man.
All right. I'll do the team building exercise to play Army Advance.
Here they come.
Then let's play a reinforced suit on Ronan.
Plus 2 hit points.
Yep. So he's got 5 health, and that also gives him +1 attack, +1 thwart from his ability.
Well, he's become quite the ally.
Yeah, he's a big boy now.
3 attack and 5 health.
Let's kill this armored guard. And I'll thwart for 2. And guess I'll play a first aid. And I'll heal. I'll just heal myself. And I'll use the Army Advance to do 1 damage. Alright, that's it for me.
Alrighty.
I think I will swap. Well, you're already an alter ego, so I'll stay in hero form. That's fine.
Cool. So he gets 2 threat, and then he's going to scheme against me for 2.
Okay, he'll attack me.
Want me to block with Shuri? Or you want to take it?
Sure, I guess. I don't,
Cool.
oh, good thing. I would have gotten exhausted.
All right. Counter card. When revealed, each player must choose to either spend 2 resources or place 2 threat here. I'm going to place 2 threat there.
Yeah, same.
So this is 6 now?
Yes.
Alrighty.
This guy's back.
What a jerk.
All right. What am I doing here?
This bad card. Using this as a resource, probably. So you are an Avenger, and you have an Avenger in your hand here. Giant Man.
Yeah.
Do you need a helicarrier or something?
Well, the thing is, like, I want to play Stinger because she's great, and I kind of want to play Giant Strength as well, but man, it does kind of work out if I use them with my wrist gauntlets.
So what would the Risk Gauntlets do here?
Confuse him.
If you spend these 2,
Right.
can you spend them on Giant Man?
No, you got to spend them to use that ability.
Gotcha.
So if you let me use your helicarrier, I can also play Giant Man and then do that ability.
That seems pretty
I
strong.
think.
Are you sure?
Wait, no, actually, I think I'm one short. Yeah, I'm one short of doing that.
Yeah.
So maybe I don't do that. I could swap to giant form and then use these to stun him. That might be the way to go.
Yeah, or you could
Yeah, that'll work out better. All right, so let's team build, play Stinger. Actually, let's play the Stinger. Let's play that. I'll use the Army Advance to knock off Tough.
Army Advance, OP.
And then use Ronin to kill this guy.
Oh my god. Guys, Ant-Man is great. This is great.
I'll swap to giant form. Lets me deal a damage to an enemy.
And then you're going to use these 2 mites to stun. That's going to be great.
I'll use these to stun.
Dude, Ant-Man is great.
And then I'll punch him for 4.
Oh boy. That was a great turn, man.
And then Stinger will throw it for 1.
Oh my god. That was beautiful.
All right, here we go.
That was really cool. All right. So let's think through this turn here. Guess I can draw 2. Second Wakanda, huh? Skilled Investigator's in pretty interesting. Because I can get a card draw off that. I don't really know. These turns get really crazy. We're trying to showcase Ant-Man, you know.
Well, we've done the Ant-Man stuff, so now you can have your fun.
Yeah.
Just being good old Black Panther.
You know, I gotta get the ally down when I can for cheap there. It's just what I do.
I think it's more of just playing a 2-cost card with For Justice that you like. Not For Justice, the Power of Justice. Yeah.
So that's what I like. Yeah, that is a thing I like. Okay. What I really want want to do is this. I think I'm going to do it. Coin carrier. And then I don't know if skilled investigators are really going to work out here. Just do the 2 Wakandas. So I'll flip. Thwart for 2. Thwart for 1. Could keep 1 Wakanda. I had to use the other. No, yeah, okay. Let's do that. I'll play skilled investigator on myself. Sure. I guess the card draw here doesn't really. Yeah, card draw lets me play the second Wakanda.
Yeah, it basically replaces itself.
Yeah, that works. Alright, so then I'll do a Wakanda. And we'll do. Choose a player that's me. Deal 1 damage to the villain. And then I'll do 2 damage to the villain. And then I'll do thwart for 2. That gets rid of this. Then I can draw a card. Then I can do the second Wakanda. And we'll do 1, 2, and then thwart for 2. It's the end of my turn. Cool. So he's going to get 2 threat. And then he's going to attack you, but he's stunned. He's going to attack me. I'll block with Quake. And he gets 2 boost cards. Quake dies.
So he has +10 health from this, but yeah. I guess I can add it there. We usually get rid of these things before that health becomes relevant.
Yeah. So in hero, he's going to attack me.
Do you want to get hit, or do you want me to defend for you?
Do you have like the big defense here? 3 defense?
Oh, I could just defend with Stinger.
I guess I can get hit, and then I can do some healing. Do I have the move damage thing?
You don't have that thing yet.
So yeah, maybe not. Maybe you just block with Stinger for now until I can get that move damage thing.
All right.
Okay. Coolio. Good times. So we got. A bit awkward here. So now I'm going to Wakanda, so I'll definitely do that. And I'm not going to be able to get this. But I will do it.
I could get rid of 1 off of this, if that'll help you get there.
1 and then 2 and then 2 here. If you get, I'll be able to get 2 and then 1 with the beat cop, and then I can draw a card with skilled investigator. So yeah, if you could thwart for 1 off that.
Okay. Just thinking if there's anything I need to do before that point. I guess not. All right, I'll play resize. Swapped it to any form. Lets me draw a card, and then I remove 1 threat. Did you already do it?
Nope.
All right.
So I'll carrier, power justice, B cop, and I'll get 1 off that, and then I'll thwart it away. Good teamwork there. Skilled investigator, draw the card. So flip, Golden City. Looks like probably something like that. Play the mansion, keep the Wakanda, let you draw the card.
Seems good. Nice, more ants.
Dude, the Army of Ants is so good, man. What a great card. Just clearing tufts and just stays on the board the whole game. What an excellent card.
All right, so he loses 10 health because you got rid of that Immortal Claw.
Cool.
All right. Man, what's my priority of what to play here?
So what's your decision point?
I think I got to choose between Wasp and the helmet. I think that's what it comes down to here.
Okay.
I think I'm going to do Wasp for now.
Yeah.
I think I should have a card left over. I can play the helmet a little later.
Yeah, I like that. I think Wasp is the play.
So Wasp removes 2 threat.
Could you have used the team building exercise for... Oh, you have that.
I could have, but I'm using it for the ants.
Oh, because you're tiny. You have the tiny keyword right now.
That's right.
Oh, look at that combo, guys. Oh, that's great.
Let's hit for 3 with Ronin.
Jeez.
Use both ants. And I'll throw it for 2. I think I'm going to flip to Alter Ego. It does let me heal the damage, but I'm not damaged, so can't use that.
Okay.
And then I could change his forms with Wasp, but I don't think that's a good idea. I guess I could just throw it for 1. Sure.
Cool.
I think I got some nice plays next round.
I'm looking forward to it, as are the viewers. Okay, 2 threat. He's gonna scheme against me for 3.
He'll scheme against me for 4.
There's my encounter card. This guy, Surge. Oh boy, what a jerk. Attach my identity. Okay. Resolve each when revealed ability that you reveal 1 additional time. So I want to get rid of this thing.
Yeah.
Use my Quinn Carrier for that.
Either spend 1 of each type of resource or exhaust each character you control. That is brutal.
That is absolutely brutal.
I mean, I'd have to lose my helmet. That is tough. Well, so much for those good plays I was talking about.
Why don't you just exhaust your guys?
I'm losing so much from that. I just don't think that's worth it. I hate to lose the helmet, but I think I got it.
All right, Sonic Boom. You got Sonic Boomed.
I sure did. All right, so guess I can't use the team building exercise this round. No. Oh well. Let's play another giant strength. So I will flip to giant form. Lets me deal the damage to an enemy. Do 1 to that guy. I guess you can kill that guy with your Wakanda Forever, so I won't hurt him anymore. All right, so I have 5 attack in giant form here, so I will punch for 5. Well, wait, hold on. I need to deal 1 damage to this guy. So actually, instead of dealing 1 to your dude, I'm going to deal 1 to the claw.
All right, let's flip him.
Flip him to his next form.
Okay, 36 health.
He gets a normal claw, right? Yeah. He'll actually have 46.
Oh, what a jerk.
All right, now I'll punch him for 5.
Seems good.
I'll resize to change to my other form. That draws me a card. And I get to remove 1 threat from a scheme. I'll thwart for 2. Army ants, you're 1 damage here. Army ants here. I'll hit with Ronin for 3. And that's all I got.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead and Golden City. Draw 2. Adventurous Mansion, draw 1. I'm going to Gwyn Carrier to get rid of this before I flip or forget. Now I'm going to flip. And I'll do Wakanda. And I need to only thwart for 1 on this. And then I only need to do the 1 damage here, 1 damage to kill that guy. And then I can do 4 damage here. And then I'm going to think for a second. I don't know. I'm not gonna do Spider-Man, so let's think ahead a little bit and do the Jessica Jones now while the side scheme's still there. And then let's see what I can do here. If I do 1 clear the area. Sure. Clear the area. Then that lets me draw a card from Clear the Area. And then a card from Skilled Investigator. And I'm going to think for a second. I guess just play Daredevil. Or for 2.
And then you deal damage.
I always forget about that. He needs Honorary Avenger.
Probably Ronin.
Ronin gets Honorary Avenger. It'd be Cop. End of my turn.
Pretty good.
Yeah, kind of worked out. I think the key with Black Panther is to like just get your other stuff figured out. Like this Golden City card is insane. It's like you don't have to like get all the things down like right away. I don't think.
Yeah, I mean it's still pretty good.
Like he's got the Vibranium, the Golden City. Like these are powerful cards in his kit.
It's 2 threat. Then he's gonna attack me.
I don't really have a natural blocker here. Um, you're just
So
gonna take it there
5.
for 5. Okay. I don't know how much. Like, do I want to take 5 damage here?
If I need a blocker, I could block with Wasp.
Let's just have you do that. Okay. Count cards. Alrighty. Alright, when in hero, he attacks me. If it deals damage, place 1 threat on the main scheme. I'll just have him hit me. Got my healing thing. So this is engaged with me. And then he hits me for 3. Put one threat on the main scheme.
And retaliate.
And then I retaliate him. What a loser. Oh, I can retaliate on this guy, right?
Only if he hits you, but he's not hitting you right now.
Roger that. Alrighty.
So I think we could probably just end the game this round. So I would just go after Claw here.
Yeah, let's wax him.
I
Cool.
think we can get 20 damage.
Alrighty. So let me get down the suit. We're just gonna rush the guy. Rush the boss. So we'll go Queen Carrier, Wakanda. Can move a damage to the boss. I can do a damage to the boss and a damage to this guy. Can remove a threat. And then deal 4. He'll deal 2. After he thwarts, he does 1. So you want me to do his normal ability?
Yeah, just hit him.
Okay. And then might as well just do it for justice for fun. And get the 3 off of this. Got a peacock. Cool. You can draw a card if you want.
Sure. All right, I'll use both Army Advance. Play another one. There's really no point, but sure, for fun, let's play an Army Advance.
Yeah, get the whole army down. This is a great combo team building exercise with Army Advance. I think you could run 2 of these because you can get an Avenger down and a tiny. I don't know.
In Ant-Man's case, I think you can because he has the tiny cards. He also has Avenger. If you're leadership, yeah, I think that works. Sure, I'll play another team building exercise because I can. Let's me draw a card.
Oh yeah, can you afford that?
Yeah, I was just gonna use the Moxies to hit him for like 7 with my hero, but
You definitely got a giant stomp because you get to kill this weapons runner too.
that's right.
Oh yeah, baby.
All right, I'll flip the giant form. That lets me deal the damage.
Oh yeah.
So I punch for 5 at this point, but if I punched him, he would die. So I'll just do a giant stomp.
Yes, it's happening, guys.
One
Yes.
to all minions. He dies.
That guy dies. Claw's dead. Perfect.
Claw gets stomped.
That was awesome. Oh man, Ant-Man is badass, bro. He's
pretty fun.
He's really fun. He seems very balanced and but like very playable.
Yeah, the versatility of like picking your form is pretty interesting.
Seems like he can function in solo settings. We talked about that. Some of hit the ability to stun and confuse gains value there, and then seems like he has the ramp. He's got these army advance that come through, and some other type. Seems like he can build up a good board state and contribute in a multiplayer environment as well.
Yeah,
It's good character.
agreed.
Well, guys, once again, we're streaming this Friday. We've got Zeiss Series on, and we're going to be playing some more Marvel Champions 4-player, 7 p.m. Pacific. So definitely come in, hang out in the chat, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And really excited about Ant-Man here. Definitely hopefully get some high quality scans in, and hopefully I have mine pre-ordered. Hopefully I get it in the mail ASAP so I can play it in person as well. All right. Any closing thoughts there, Bob?
I think you covered everything. Ant-Man's pretty cool, and I definitely looking forward to playing more games with him.
Sweet. Alrighty. See you later. If you made it this far, you're my hero.
Thanks for watching, everyone.